thanks for having me this evening. It's a great chance to spread awareness about the range of services on offer in public libraries and to such a large group of people too, so it's fantastic. We often find that people who aren't library members, and even some of our current members, they may not know the full range of services that are available. And I think public libraries offer so much more than people think. And we really aim to provide inclusive services for all. So this evening, I'll give you an overview of services and resources that I think can support you in your studies, your workplace settings, and for leisure time. Okay. So we'll start by talking about membership. So joining the library is completely free. All libraries are part of the National Consortium, and this gives users many advantages. So I suppose in Ireland, we're lucky enough because we're a small enough country to be able to provide a national system like this, but we're also big enough for the system to be a real advantage to our public library members. So just a few of the benefits are: your card works in every branch in the Republic of Ireland. Your reserved items are delivered quickly as all counties share their stock. You could borrow your books in Donegal and return them in Wexford. And our library members have an access to over 6 million items in total nationwide. So it's absolutely fantastic to be part of a consortium. So each library offers their own unique collections. So I do recommend checking in with your local library to see what they have to offer too. So membership benefits include up to 2 hours free PC usage a day, unlimited Wi-Fi, and then easy printing options such as printing directly from your mobile device. Okay, so let's have a look at what you can borrow from our public libraries. Firstly, it's not just books, as Claire said. You can borrow a wide range of other items, including DVDs, computer games, vinyl records. In fact, we've recently added record players to all of our branches. So now people can listen to records using headphones while they visit the library. We also offer a lot of unique items like home energy kits, radon monitors, sheet music, and activator poles. So the variety of items on offer means that there's something for everyone. Plus, we're always adding more items to our overall collection. And then there's our library app, where you can manage your account online. So it's free, it's user-friendly. You can renew and reserve items online. You can link multiple accounts together. So the app, it really streamlines the borrowing service for our patrons. We find that people use the library for a variety of different reasons. So we see our libraries as community hubs. They're places of sanctuary and they're safe spaces for people where they can access information with expert help. So we'll have a look at what else beyond books is available at your local library shortly, but I'd like to give you a brief overview of a few of our book collections that I think will be of interest to you as students, as parents, and as people that work in early childcare settings. Okay, so first let's take a look at our educational resource collection. This has been curated for teachers, childcare providers, and parents, and it covers early development to teenage years. Some of the key topics include addressing behavioural problems in early years, developing reading, writing, and communication skills. It includes teaching resources for children with autism and special needs, and also resources on mental health issues, self-esteem, and promotes positive body image. So this collection provides supports for educators and parents, and it helps them create a supportive learning environment for children. So next, we're going to take a look at our parenting collection. So this is a specialist book collection to support parents through their children's developmental stages, and it covers topics such as baby sleep patterns, potty training, starting big school, helping anxious children overcome fears. We have safe internet practices, and then issues such as bullying in school and help with parenting teenagers. And then lastly, transitioning from primary to secondary school. So tips on how to make that transition as easy as possible for your children. We find this collection can really benefit both parents and educators. So next is another great parenting resource. It's our Parenting Today series of online talks. So these talks were produced by Wexford Public Libraries in partnership with the Wexford Children and Young People Services Committee. And again, these are aimed at parents, caregivers and educators. So the talks, they cover topics such as ADHD, dyslexia, childhood anxiety and online safety. And they give expert advice and guidance on parenting challenges like breastfeeding and sleep solutions. So a full playlist of our Parenting Today online series is available over on Wexford Public Library's YouTube channel. So head over there if you want to watch the series. So now I just want to highlight our children's book collection, which really is at the core of promoting early literacy and a love for reading. We have a really great range of graded readers from publishers such as Oxford and Usborne, and they're really great for building confidence in young readers. We have a fantastic collection of dyslexia-friendly books by Barrington Stoke, and these are great as they use clear fonts, tinted paper, and it really enhances the reading experience for children with dyslexia. Then we have sensory books. These are aimed at younger children. They include textures and sounds. And we have Braille books. These are designed for visually impaired children, so they promote both literacy and inclusion. And then we have our fiction books for children of all ages. So 0 to 2 baby books, 2 to 6 picture books, our 6 to 9 fiction books, and then our 9 to 12 chapter books. And of course, we have a large collection of non-fiction books too. So great for projects and fact-finding for children. So overall, our children's collection, it caters to a lot of different age groups and reading needs. Okay, so let's go back to our Beyond Books theme for a little short minute by looking at some of the resources we provide for ELCs and childcare settings. So we offer education cards for preschool educators. These allow you to borrow up to 40 items at a time for a period of 3 months. We provide rhyme time and story time, both in the library and through outreach to ELCs. And it really makes sure that we provide services for children that maybe don't have the opportunity to visit the library. And I'd recommend heading over to the Libraries Ireland website. So Libraries Ireland is the official website for public libraries in Ireland, and it's an absolute wealth of information and resources for children, parents and educators. For example, for ELCs and childcare settings there, they have lovely recommended reading lists. They have videos of stories being told in Irish, and there's plenty of advice and support for early years educators. Okay, so like Claire addressed in the introduction, if you haven't already come across this, I'd like to introduce you to the My Little Library Book Bag Initiative. So this is a national initiative and it's part of the government's First Five strategy that aims to support children starting school in 2025. So we do this by providing resources to ease the transition from preschool to primary school. Every school starter receives a little library bag, and the bags include a book on starting school, another one about making friends and being comfortable to be yourself. They also get a special little wallet for their library card. And this is really lovely as it promotes a sense of ownership for the child. The bag also includes various other resources for parents and children, including the Rufus hand washing storybook, and this helps to promote healthy habits for children. The bags are available in both English and Irish for inclusivity. And Wexford Town Library, so just the branch that I work in here, we distributed 630 little library bags in 2024. So it's a lovely statistic, as all those children, they received something special in preparation for big school. Okay, so we'll look at another initiative that falls under the First Five national strategy. And this is the Little Book of Bedtime, which Claire says she got last year as well. And it's a lovely little program. So reading bedtime stories to children has lots of benefits. It strengthens the parent-child bond, enhances language skills, and it nurtures the imagination. So public libraries provide free bedtime storybooks for children aged 4 years and under. And just like with the My Little Library bag, we also offer library card wallets to hold their library card. So later in the year, we'll be encouraging parents to pop into their local library and collect their bedtime book. And also as part of this programme, we provide bedtime story events where we invite children to come to the library dressed in their pyjamas. They bring their favourite cuddly toy and we read lovely bedtime stories to them, a nice cosy session in the library. And then lastly, we have a dedicated bedtime stories collection of books. This is to encourage parents and carers to read to their child at bedtime. So the initiative is really designed to bring families together, and it helps make bedtime that magical time filled with stories and really builds on that parent-child connection. Okay, so let's have a look at one of the highlights of our week here in the library, and that's rhyme time. So we use rhymes, songs and actions to create an interactive experience for children and parents. It is hugely popular all across the county. We have massive numbers of families attending our rhyme time sessions, and they're designed for children aged 0 to 4 years. We also provide rhyme time as outreach visits to ELCs and parent and toddler groups. And some of the benefits of rhyme time include language development. It promotes early literacy skills, so it builds on skills that are essential for reading and writing. It's great for memory, concentration, and the repetition in rhymes has been found to benefit memory and focus in children too. It supports social interaction, emotional connection among children and their caregivers, and lastly, and most importantly, fun. It has to be fun and engaging, and if it is, it really will foster that love of books from an early age. Now let's look at story time. So story time is held weekly at all our branches. And again, it's incredibly popular and enjoyable for children and families. We provide dedicated sessions for ELC groups and primary schools that visit us here in the library. And then we also provide outreach visits to schools and community groups too. So we know that sometimes it's hard for parents and carers to bring very young children to the library. So we love being able to bring the joy of stories to them as outreach visits too. And this is crucial because it means that every child, regardless of their background, they get the opportunity to experience the magic of storytelling. So just like rhyme time, story time offers many benefits for children. And these can include support language development. They spark imagination and creativity for children, helps build cognitive skills, it supports emotional growth and helps children understand and process emotions, which is really important. It also helps build social skills, and most importantly, it instills an early love for reading. Just to note as well, we provide story time in Irish too in our branch. So my colleague Derek there in the slide, he does our story time as Gaeilge. So now something for the youngest members of our community. We provide tummy time sessions, and this is a special monthly event for babies and parents. They start as early as a few months old and they can continue through the first year. And the benefits of tummy time include strengthening neck, shoulder and arm muscles. It enhances motor skills, can help prevent flat spots on baby's head, and it develops core muscles that support head turning and balance for crawling. It also helps with socialization and bonding for both parents and the babies. So now here's one of my favorite resources, the story sacks. So we all know that children love fun activities, and the idea of the story sack is that if you include supporting materials with a storybook, it will allow children to be more hands-on during story time, which really stimulates the mind and imagination by bringing the stories to life for them. They're designed to support children, young children and children with additional needs. And they combine sensory and literacy elements through the use of books, their sensory toys, and also little arts and crafts projects in them. This encourages the concept of bookish play, and this is whereby children are introduced to a fun activity that directly relates to the book that they're reading. Story sacks are available to borrow or use in the library. We also use them for outreach visits to schools and ELCs. Actually, just recently, I visited a couple of primary schools for parent morning. There were junior infant classes, and I delivered a story time session for everyone. And then I invited the parents to choose a story sack and to read and play with a small group of children. Now, at first, I could see that maybe they were a bit nervous or self-conscious about reading out loud to a group of people. But it was really interesting to watch because you could literally see the parents like growing in confidence and really performing and enjoying the experience along with the children. So they're a lovely way that educators can involve parents in a class-based story time or give them ideas for their own story time at home. Okay, so now let's explore one of our standout collections. So it's our Sensory Toys and Assistive Resources collection. We also call it our STAR collection. So our collection holds over 100 items. It was developed in collaboration with therapists to support children and young people with additional needs. They help to develop a child's senses and improve the functional capabilities of a person with additional needs. So our collection is organised into 6 colour-coded categories. So our red category is our assistive software and technology category. Green supports development of fine motor skills. You can see our lovely guy Moogie there that I'm circling on the screen. He has buttons, zips, laces, and that really helps children develop those crucial fine motor skills. Blue category supports the development of gross motor skills. So these are larger items that support movement and balance. Our purple category is for speech, language, and social skills. Orange is for play and life skills. And then lastly, light blue. And these are our sensory and tactile toys, a bit of a mouthful to say, and that encourages problem solving and social interaction for children. So all you need to borrow from this collection, you just need a STAR card, and they're completely free. There's no letter of referral needed. You can borrow 3 items on the card at a time. And I tend to encourage teachers from the same school to each get a card, and then they can borrow a nice little collection of items for their school. And like Claire said at the start, the feedback that we always receive from parents and educators is that the collection is absolutely brilliant for basically try before you buy. Sensory items, as Claire said, can be very expensive, and it's great that they can be borrowed and tested to see if they suit the user's needs first. We also have sensory reader pens, you can see in the image there as well, and these help people with dyslexia, reading difficulties, or those that are visually impaired. Okay, so the next few slides are a continuation of our sensory services. We facilitate STAR visits upon request. So educators can book visits where we provide a peaceful environment, so basically a quiet room. We fill it with items from our STAR collection, and we allow children to just explore and enjoy all the resources. And again, these visits, they're a great opportunity for particularly early intervention classes and ASD units to visit the library and try items to see do they suit the children's needs. We have an absolutely beautiful sensory pod in our Gorey branch. It's a calming space with a mood-lit ceiling and audio that's designed to alleviate stress. And it's the perfect space for both children and adults with sensory needs to relax. The ceiling colour can be adjusted, and you can even stream music via Bluetooth in the pod. So in Wexford Town here, we are introducing a sensory cubby to our children's area shortly. So we're really looking forward to that. The cubbies, they incorporate a mix of colours, images and music, and they're great as a sensory management system for both children and adults. So we know as public libraries that they can be overwhelming spaces at times, and like the sensory pods and cubbies are great ways for people to escape the busy environment and then regulate their senses. And then in one of our smaller branches where space was limited, we've installed a sensory wall. So it's attached to the wall, and it's a great space-saving solution that really helps children to engage their senses. Okay, so sensory-friendly hour. We recognise that both children and adults with autism, they often face challenges due to noise and other sensory overloads. And this can create barriers when they're trying to access public services. So to support inclusion and accessibility, all Wexford Library branches provide a sensory-friendly hour every Saturday afternoon, and that's from 4 to 5 p.m. And during this hour, we try to create an environment that reduces noise, lighting, and other distractions. So children can explore our dark dens, they can read our sensory books, play with sensory toys, including puzzles, puppets, Duplo, and we also have our story sacks on hand to encourage family interaction and bookish play. Okay, so now I have to give this sensory resource an honourable mention. It's definitely a staff favourite. It's one of my favourites too. And we call it our magic table. So it's actually called the Mobi, and it's a magic surface interaction system. And there's one available for use in both Gorey and our New Ross branches. So it's basically a special projector that has over 300 interactive light games that you can project onto a surface such as a rug on the floor or a large table. It responds to gestures and movements. So I think you can see in the picture, it's depicting an underwater scene. So children can, with the sweep of their arms, they can ripple the water. They can see the fish swim and the plants sway. We also have another game that I loved in Ross as well when I worked there, autumn leaves. So there would be a load of leaves on the table, and with the sweep of the motion of arms moving, the leaves would sweep away, and they would then like reveal a surprise image underneath. So we loved that. And then my favorite type of game, and it's actually, I don't know if you can see, it's the background image there, and it's Berry Splat. So these are splatting games, basically. There's a whole host of them. And what it does, it depicts an assortment of berries onto the surface. And then the berries appear. And as they appear, children can splat the berry. And obviously the berry bursts. So it's absolutely brilliant fun. They're designed for children and adults with autism or dementia. And we also use them for class visits. So if you haven't come across one of these yet, I highly recommend them. Just to note, it can get a bit wild as everyone gets super excited to play with them, but they are just such an enjoyable resource. My top recommendation. Okay, so let's move on from our sensory services. We're going to look at the Right to Read initiative. So this is the national programme, and it promotes literacy for all ages and backgrounds. So this evening, we're going to look at 4 of the key programmes in the Right to Read initiative, and these are designed to promote children's literacy and reading. So first up is Spring into Storytime, which we've just had. So this initiative, it happens in all libraries across the country each April. It's a lovely opportunity for preschools, primary schools, and the public to engage with literature in a fun and interactive way. In Wexford Libraries, we offer spring-themed story times and activities in both English and Irish. So this really ensures that everybody can enjoy the magic of storytelling. And again, if you visit Libraries Ireland website or your local library, you'll find lots of Spring into Storytime resources, including ebooks, reading supports, and recommended reads. Okay, so now let's have a look at the next national programme, and it's a big one. It's the ever popular Summer Stars Reading Adventure. So children that don't read during the summer break, they can find it a bit more difficult to get back into the swing of it when they go into the new school year. So public libraries aim to keep children reading throughout the summer, but to make it fun. And what better way to do this than give them a challenge with rewards and fun activities along the way. So different counties may run the reading adventure differently, but there's plenty of reading rewards, competitions, activities, events all over the country throughout the summer. So here in Wexford, children are entered into big prize draws after each stage. Plus we run a bookmark design competition in every branch, and then we print the winning designs so that everybody in the library can have winning book designs. So it makes the winners of the competition feel like actual true artists. It's brilliant. We also, this year we're going to include flower seed packets as a reward. So we're looking forward to introducing that as well. All children that take part in the reading adventure get a certificate of achievement. And we usually have a big celebration day at the end of the summer for everybody to enjoy. So to promote it, we do outreach visits to as many schools as possible during the month of May. So we're getting ourselves ready for that now at the moment. And we give children a golden ticket to promote the reading adventure. So We find teachers, they really get on board with the promotion of this, and they include it in their end of year reports for us too, which is absolutely fantastic. So we encourage children of all ages to take part, even the very youngest. So every bit of reading counts towards the Summer Stars reading adventure, even if it's a magazine or a bedtime story that's being read to a child. It's all reading, and that's exactly what we want. And again, you can head over to Libraries Ireland for lots of fun resources that accompany the Summer Stars reading adventure. Okay, and another fantastic time of the year for us is October. So this is when we all celebrate Children's Book Festival all over Ireland. So we all provide events both in branch and online in collaboration with some of the best children's authors, illustrators, and storytellers out there. So as you can see in the slide here, I've included some of my personal favorites. We have best-selling author Shane Hegarty at the front here with one of his books, Dexter Lost His Boo-Woo. We have Jerry Daly, who illustrates the Puffling series of books at the back there. He provides absolutely brilliant events for young children aged 4 to 6. And then I have to say, I love Wayne O'Connor here at the front. He is such a good storyteller, and he's a fantastic digital artist. He's a brilliant performer, and he creates huge excitement. So they're just a few of the brilliant people that we are lucky enough to host. Obviously, there are lots more. Alan Nolan is brilliant, Caroline Busher, Sarah Bowie. So we really look forward to welcoming them to the libraries this year again. So again, pop over to Libraries Ireland for more information and resources. And just to note, actually, the website is usually updated closer to the date of when the programme runs. So Children's Book Festival will be available on our Libraries Ireland website closer to October. And now the last one is family time at your library. So throughout December, libraries across the country host family events and activities, and these are designed to encourage the entire family to participate together. So it's also a great time to spread the joy of reading and introduce families to a variety of children's books, and in different formats too. So e-books and e-audiobooks. So maybe reach out to your local library in December for details about family events and activities then. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the variety of children's events that we have running throughout the year here. We offer a variety of children's workshops in coding, there's creative writing, dance, theatre, art and craft, chess tournaments, and these are all led by expert facilitators and staff. And all of our children's events are designed to be fun, educational, and to nurture social and emotional development. Children's activities. So we offer a wide range of activities on a weekly and monthly basis here. So we provide on a constant basis, basically, creation stations. So these include art and craft. They also have games, treasure hunts, quizzes, and we like to theme them as well. So just gone out there, we would have had Easter creation stations on the go. And then we have Lego free play every Saturday in all our branches, and that takes place between 11 and 3 p.m. And it really helps to promote problem solving and teamwork with children. So basically, we just lay out our entire collections of Legos and just let the children run wild and create whatever they want. We also have STEM activities and chess clubs. And then, of course, we have our children's book clubs, which really help foster a love for reading. Okay, so we also organise events year-round to celebrate themed weeks and special occasions. So these include Cruinniú na nÓg, so that's the National Day of Creativity for Young People, Heritage Week, where we celebrate our cultural heritage. Biodiversity Week is a brilliant one as well, so we focus on sustainability, nature and wildlife events for that. Engineers Week, so introducing children to the world of engineering. World Book Day. As you can see, we love World Book Day. Staff love to dress up in their favourite book characters as well. And we love seeing the kids coming into dressed up as their favourite characters. We have Science Week in November. So we'd have a big programme of science related events then. And then recently we held Leaf Grow Week. So where we distributed free seed packets, and this promoted sustainable living. And then Ireland Reads happens every year as well. And it's a week where all libraries in Ireland encourage everybody to make an extra special effort to read. Okay, so I just want to touch on our 3D printing services. So all of our branches have 3D printers that we use as educational STEM tools. So we give demonstrations and workshops that teach the basic fundamentals of 3D design. In Wexford Town Library here, we've developed workshops for primary schools and secondary schools, and they teach children to design a 3D printed house using software such as Tinkercad and Cura. And by designing this house, they incorporate basically all of the basic features that children need to learn for basic skills in 3D design. So we have a 3D printing service as well, which is absolutely free to the public, and we take requests for that as well. We usually have a fairly sizable request list as well. So we make our way through that, and then we just contact the parent of the child and they come in and they collect their requested 3D print. So now, very importantly as well, I'm going to run through some of our primary school services. So firstly, our class visits. These, we provide a wide range of activities such as story time, STEM activities, which include elements of augmented reality and AI. We also do 3D printing workshops. We have Lego free play on offer. We run Lego mystery cards and challenges. We use Kinectics to build the tallest towers and stuff like that. We also have our creation stations, and these all allow children to express their creativity. We also provide library tours to help students discover the joy of reading and how the library works. So we try to make it as fun as possible for them, and we give them interesting facts about libraries and quizzes. We'll introduce them to the Dewey Decimal System. And I also like to, by the way we shelve our fiction, I like to say, well, whatever your name is, if you actually wrote a book, where would you find your book on the shelf? So they go on a little hunt then to try and find where their name would be on our shelves. And then in terms of resources, we have a huge selection of novel sets available for borrowing for schools. So teachers can book these using our online booking system. They have to have the teacher card, which allows them 40 items at a time. And we have sets for all age ranges. So 4 to 6 years, 6 to 9 years, and then 9 to 12 years. And we also take requests for project boxes and graded reader boxes. And for our younger audience, we host read-along story sessions. These are absolutely lovely. So every child gets a book. So say it was the Runaway Pea, all children would have the book, and then one of our staff members, she reads it aloud with them. They have lots of fun, and then there's themed activities that go along with the Runaway Pea, say, and it really makes it fun and interactive for the children. We provide history events that complement the curriculum. You can see my colleague Derek there. He gives presentations which include the Vikings and the Normans, which are on the curriculum. We also have like swords and shields, replica ones, so the kids can get to hold them. That's a huge novelty, and they're really enjoyable, but also very, very educational. And then lastly, we deliver outreach visits to schools, and these include teacher information sessions, story times, STEM activities, and we visit schools as well to promote our national initiatives. So another highlight of our children's services is our offering of free digital licenses for a range of literacy and numeracy programs. So this is what Claire was talking about at the start there. So these are educational tools that support development in children with additional needs. And our offering here in Wexford includes TTRS. So this teaches touch, type, read and spell, and it's for children aged 7+. We have Nessie passports. So these include Nessie Reading and Spelling Programme, Hairy Reading, Nessie Fingers, Writing Beach, and lots more. So they're suitable for children 6 years plus. Then for our younger children, we have Reading Eggs, and this is a really brilliant reading program for children aged from 2 years all the way to 13 years old. It focuses on vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. And then to go along with Reading Eggs, we have the Math Seeds program. So this introduces children to early math skills in a really fun way. And then lastly, we have licenses for times table rock stars. So we give one license to an entire school, and all teachers and children can then use timetable rock stars. And this supports multiplication and division fluency. So in Wexford County, we have 1,317 free digital licenses available and in use across Wexford County, and they are always in huge demand. So with your library card, you also have access to a wide range of e-resources. You can manage your library account with our app, as I mentioned at the start. You can take free online courses with Universal Class. This is great for upscaling or even just hobbies and DIY. You can learn language with Transparent Language Online. That's available as an app as well. Download graphic novels and e-comics with Libby by Overdrive. And you can download free music and you can stream it on Freegal. So I'd like to just focus for a couple of minutes on two of our extremely popular e-resources that I think will be beneficial to you all as well. So we'll start with BorrowBox. And so BorrowBox is the most popular e-resource that we have available to our users. You can download ebooks, e-audiobooks, e-newspapers, e-magazines. You can borrow 5 ebooks, 5 e-audiobooks, and have access to over 100 magazines and e-newspapers at one time. And this is in addition to your 12 borrowings in the physical library as well. So with the e-magazines and the newspapers, you can actually subscribe for free to your local newspaper or favorite magazine, and you'll automatically receive the download every single week. So you don't have to go hunting it down. So there's a huge collection of items for children in BorrowBox too, and you can choose items in other languages as well. And now we found this to be a brilliant resource for our Ukrainian community. It was really hard for us to source physical books for our Ukrainian community at the start, but BorrowBox has kind of saved us because it's an absolutely fantastic resource and it has a lot of content in Ukrainian and of course in other languages too. So I highly recommend exploring BorrowBox. It's absolutely brilliant. And now on to another very valuable e-resource that you can use in your early childcare centres or in schools. And it's Loat for Kids. And this is an online collection of digital books in world languages. And it's designed to let children experience the joy of reading in Loat, which stands for languages other than English. It's available as an app also. And each book includes English translations to support language learning. There are lots of activities to accompany the stories too. It has over 3,000 digital picture books in more than 75 languages, including Irish, Ukrainian, Polish, and Irish Sign Language has been added to it recently as well for inclusion, so that's fantastic. New titles, new languages are added every single month. And the platform, it's really user-friendly. You simply log in with your library card, you select a language, and then you choose the story that you want to read and enjoy. So during a recent class visit, I showcased Loat for Kids on our big screens that we have here in our branches. And I noticed a Ukrainian girl, she became really animated and happy when I played a traditional Ukrainian story. So apparently she told her teacher how much she loves that story from home. And I suppose that experience, it really highlighted the significance of resources like this, especially for children who are trying to integrate into our community. And I think that hearing that story in her own language, it really gave that girl a sense of inclusivity. And it was really lovely to witness her reaction. So we also have lots of reference material and online databases available to use for free with your library card. These include Britannica for all ages. The Irish Times archive is there. Ask About Ireland, which is another fantastic resource for schools. GeoHive is there. And then we have JSTOR, which is a database of Irish journals and articles, and that's fantastic for students. So it's really well worth exploring all our e-resources from our webpage. All free, and all you need is your library card. Okay, so I just want to have a quick look at our study facilities with you. So we provide dedicated study zones for students where we keep noise to a minimum. We offer EduRoam across all our branches. So that's Wi-Fi. And if your college participates in EduRoam, accessing the internet in our libraries, it's as simple as just opening your device. There's no logins required. And then our Gorey and New Ross branches have the My Open Library service. And this allows access for extended hours to people. So from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 p.m. at night, people can have access to our library buildings. And that means that you can come and study 365 days of the year. You could come on Christmas Day. Families can come on Sundays if they want to just visit the library. And it means that students really have the freedom to study whatever time suits them as well. So I'm just going to give you a very quick look at our programme of events for adults. We host author events, literature-based events. Our local history events are hugely popular. We provide art and craft workshops, music and science events, art exhibitions, parenting talks. We promote wellness with activities such as yoga. We have board games and chess evenings. And we really try and make sure that there's something for everyone in our community on our events program. Our events, they're also a great way for people to socialize with like-minded people and a great way to make friends. So just to conclude, I just want to run through some of the more services that we offer that cater to our community needs. So we offer age-friendly services, and these are designed to support older adults in our community and really enhance their quality of life. We have our digital skills and e-resources clinics, which provide our users with the skills and confidence to manage online tasks. We have a fantastic local studies and genealogy service. And we also have specialised resources like our new sensory collection for adults. This is my colleague Kathleen here. And if you notice, she has like a little golden retriever puppy toy, and they actually provide great comfort for people who need that little extra bit of support. The puppy actually breeds as well. Obviously, it's not alive, but it does breed. We have a cat as well in the range, and we have just lots of fantastic resources there for adults who they do need that little bit of extra support. We also have just introduced memory boxes, and these are designed to evoke memories and stimulate conversation for people with dementia. We provide market research, business employment supports. And then lastly, I just want to mention our mobile library and book call delivery service. So for our housebound patrons, we will deliver books to their door. We'll also come and collect them. And then our Iris service for people who are hearing impaired. And these services, they really ensure that everyone in our community has the opportunity to access materials and support regardless of their circumstances. And finally, I've just put together some resources that you might find useful. We have the Wexford Libraries webpage. So this is your go-to hub for everything related to our library services. I'd like to again mention the Libraries Ireland website. You'll find great resources there for ELCs and early childcare settings. You'll also find a lot more information and resources for the My Little Library initiative there too. Another absolutely brilliant resource is over at gov.ie, and it's a series of videos and resources called Let's Get Ready. And it prepares children for getting ready for preschool, for school, for childminders. And there's also some lovely resources there for children with additional needs too. I also want to highlight Libraries Ireland employment services there as well. So these are supports that can help you in your job search. Interview skills are available there, career advice as well. And then lastly, our good friends over there at Children's Books Ireland. So this is a fantastic resource for family and educators looking to discover new and engaging books for children. It promotes reading and literacy across the nation, and it has absolutely brilliant reading recommendations for children of all ages there. Okay, so thank you for your attention this evening. I really hope I've shared some new information about the variety of services that public libraries have on offer in Ireland. And I hope they'll be of value to you, whether it's for your studies, your workplace setting, or simply as a public library patron. So please don't hesitate to reach out to your local libraries and learn more about their specific offerings. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. My email address is displayed on the screen there as well. So you're more than welcome to get in touch regarding any of our services. So thank you